Yeah. This is my first time doing this YouTube shit. So, I've been wanting to do it a long time, but I just got on my nerves to do it. Because I got some stories for y'all ass. From the time I was first started gangbanging up into, nah, fuck that. I got from the sandbox stories. So check this out. My name Anthony King is the same name as my YouTube channel. I ain't hiding. That's me because I don't respect this shit. When a motherfucker got all them, all them aliases and shit. You know what I'm saying? In fact, I got a nickname too though, you know what I'm saying? Y'all can just call me STL Booski. Or Redder Boy Boo. You know what I'm saying? You see this right here, what that say? Real niggas back in style, that's what I believe. So check this out. I'm finna let y'all hear a good story. Let me see. Should I tell about the one when okay, I'm gonna tell about the one when we crashed the car and hit the Six Deuces station wagon at the White Castle. So I'm just gonna start off from, let me see, a little bit before that. We riding around ganking, you know what I'm saying? Cause it ain't no work. So you can only gank for one day before you get burnt up, and you can't gank the right crackhead that know everybody because she or he gonna put it out there. You know what I'm saying? Booski out there, Booski ganking, he ganking everybody. So then when you get something real, you gotta take care of who you ganked and all that type of shit. But so it ain't no work. We can't get none at night. It's 5 of us and my partner Adrian Granada. That motherfucker was like a fucking early 70s. It was green. We called it the army tank. So we used to ride that motherfucker everywhere. That motherfucker was so old, the motherfucking steering wheel didn't even need power steering. You can do that shit with one finger. So look. So I'm just gonna start. We get hungry, so we go up to the White Castle on Kings Highway and Natural Bridge. So 2 of my partners got out. It was we got out that motherfucker. It was Adrian and I think Meshach, and the rest of us was waiting in the car. Yeah, because we was 5 deep, 5 or 6 deep. I think like 5. So make a long story short, they come out. They talking about the motherfucking dookies in there. They in there tripping. Look, going on whoop their ass or whatever. No, I ain't trying to disrespect the 6 Deuces and them because I know a lot of 6 Deuces and I'm good with them, but this is before we made this pack called Deuces and Dogs. Because the west side was kind of a little big, horseshoe and all that type of shit. So we even though they was Bloods, we was staticking with them still. The north or we was the north side, they was the west side. But they so fucking dumb. They think when you cross Kings Highway, you on the north side. I mean on the west side. The west side don't start to damn near Goodfellow or some shit. So anyway, so they hop back in the car. I'm driving. Asia get back in, Misha get back in. So it's a couple more Chubb in the back seat, and one more person, the Wani Poo. It's all sandbox inside this motherfucking car. We all know each other. You know what I'm saying? It's just all we remember is each other. So going back to putting crates on poles, shooting basketball and shit, and so I'm like, Adrian, this your car. What you want me to do? I'm finna go on chase their ass and fuck with them. He like, yeah, go ahead. Now, we don't have a slingshot. So, we thinking how we chasing them around. They can't have no type of weapons in that motherfucking, in that station wagon. So, I'm chasing them around. But really, I was bluffing them and didn't know it. They was waiting on us to shoot the motherfucking station wagon up, but we didn't have nothing. We didn't have a pair of brass knuckles inside that motherfucker. So I chased them around in a circle around White Castles like 4 times. The 5th time, they tried to skirt off the lot. When they squirted off the lot, I rammed the fuck out of their ass. So they station wagon teetering on the middle of the you know, to separate the street, you have flowers and shit at the medium. So they rocking like a motherfucking a seesaw in the station wagon. Every time it'll rock backwards, you can hear the tires go. So they must have got wise, and everybody got out the station wagon and probably sat on the back of it so they can go on and get some grip and get on out. So we go by the block down while they stuck. We go a block down at the PX. It's a liquor store. So we get out the car, we looking, we dapping it up. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, blood on 4-5, you know what I'm saying, on the block. We played them niggas, you know what I'm saying? But all the time, is one person who said, I can't remember, was like, man, we got to get out of here. Them niggas, man, down there. So when it popped in our head, we jumped on in the car and pulled off. So we go down Natural Bridge to our hood. We make a left on Coral and go all the way down towards Margaretta. By that time, we see a base head. We see a victim. So motherfucker had walked over to the car and was like, I need a 50. I got a hunk of baked bread. You used to get ball the bread up, put water on it, and put it in the microwave. Some of it'll be burnt, but what you gotta do is cut the other part off. This be a little tan. I'm talking about look like some butter. They get that shit and go real quick. So I let the window down. I'm like I got 50. I'm like, give me the money, man. So by that time, this motherfucker, I see him turn and look down the street, and his eyes got big as fuck. And then he just dropped the money, didn't even get the gank and ran. So I'm like, damn, what the fuck? So I let the window up, and then I look backwards. It's only one of them that hopped out of the motherfucking station wagon. He got a motherfucking like a pistol grip pump with the shell it's like a clip, but you can put a lot more 12 gauge shells in it. He was running down the street. What's up now, cuz? Boom, boom, boom. He was hitting that motherfucker. I'm like, man, thinking to myself, this nigga a killer. I can tell a killer. So I laugh every time this boy come up. My partner Adrian, he down off the seat by the gas pedal. He patting the pedal, and I'm trying to turn the car on. It's just it did that sometime, but it usually only do it like twice a day and don't do it no more. So it already happened twice, so we good, but it did that shit. I'm like, God damn. So he get to the back of the car, lighting that motherfucker up. Boom, boom, boom. He hit my partner Chubb and damn near ripped his arm off. So good, cause Chubb, if he wouldn't have been, he was so heavy set back then and wide that he was really saving them from getting shot. So the nigga before he got through shooting and shit, I just gripped the steering wheel, and I was like, I accepted my fate. And you know what? I ain't never thought I'd give up like that in a certain situation, but I was straight ready to take my motherfucking lick. You know what I'm saying? I thought it was over with. Everything flashed in my head. I'm talking about from the time I was old enough to remember. You know what I'm saying? All that flashed before me. My motherfucking son being born, all this shit. So next thing I know, the car start up. But trip off this, my window was up and every other window was shot out but mine. It was just a fucking 12 gauge splatter on the door, and it didn't even go through. They bounced off because the car was steel. So by that time, motherfuckers like, Chubb hit, Chubb hit, Chubb hit. So I pull off. It's a hospital where basically a few blocks down from our house and shit, from our hood or whatever. So we get him in there. When he take his coat off, his motherfucking arm damn near tear off. They had to cut his coat off. You know what I'm saying? Dude fucked him up with that 12 gauge. You know what I'm saying? So I'm mad as fuck. I leave the hospital. I go get the bangers, right? I'm solo. I got a tech and a chopper, and my old trusty 357 snub nose. Back then, that's all motherfucker had. Oh, you had a 380, a chrome one, a 25, shit like that. So I'm riding around. I go over in they hood or whatever. Ain't no motherfucker out. I can't even hit a bystander. I'm thinking to myself, somebody gonna feel it. I don't give a fuck if it's a bystander on the bus stop. I'm gonna look at it like they in their hood, you know what I'm saying? So, especially if they going from the neighborhood on the bus, you know, on the bus stop, that let me know they really stayed over there. So I can't find nobody to put in work on or nothing. So I get back to the hospital. They say he cool, he stabilized, but he got to go to emergency surgery. They helicoptered him to the other hospital called Barnes because that's the best hospital with gunshot wound, stab, and all that. It's like top 5 in the country. You know what I'm saying? Because motherfuckers be going in there, hit up like they was in Afghanistan or motherfucking Israel and motherfucking Pakistan and all that type of shit. So they flew him. So he was in the hospital about a month. So he get out the hospital. We over my partner Meshach house. So Meshach say some hoes on the way, right? So Matter of fact, we did get our get back. We got our get back with no motherfucking retaliation on us. We handled that. So don't think I ended the story without, how y'all thinking it. We some chumps over there, you know what I'm saying? We not no chumps. So Chubb got a big ass halo on his arm. It's holding it together and shit. So a couple chicks come in, right? Meshach like, it's another chick. Okay. She was decent when nobody hollered at her. Guess why? Because her son was too damn bad. She was scaring men off. Her son was scaring men off from hollering at her because he was that bad. So Chubb ended up getting on her or whatever. So she helped nurse him back to health. You know what I'm saying? I guess it had to be meant because the first time he hit her, she got pregnant. So, I'm just letting y'all know that everybody made out of that okay. You know what I'm saying? Without nobody getting hurt or nothing. You know what I'm saying? Because we used to do some shit. We used to be straight active. You know what I'm saying? Me and my partner, Bag, we was the only two. We was bloods when it wasn't no fashion statement. Now it's a fashion statement. Motherfuckers wouldn't even let us in their car because we wore so much red. Man, I ain't riding with y'all. Y'all got on too much red. But we straight trying to, put our shit on the map. You know what I'm saying? So, they all end up coming around, you know what I'm saying? Because even though we weren't doing it for the bitches or nothing, we was just doing it for us, you know what I'm saying? Just another way to bond, you know what I'm saying? So me and Bag, we got to put the set on the map, you know what I'm saying? So it's just us two, solo bolo, going on missions. We ended up staticking with the GDs across Natural Bridge and make it so bad. One of them used to stay in our hood, so they knew the cuts and the creeps and all that. So we had to kick it off with them. But that's for another time. Probably tomorrow I'm gonna show y'all the hood because I don't understand how motherfuckers could be staticking a street over and shit. That don't make no sense to me. We got a whole square mile or something. You know what I'm saying? And everybody claim the same thing. So I don't know how motherfuckers do that type shit. And there's no big me's and little eyes or however it go. You know what I'm saying? I gotta figure out how to load this shit up. But while I'm thinking, I'm gonna tell y'all a story. This motherfucker right here, this happened like 2 years ago. Check this one out. It's three police, right? The woman police, she wasn't on duty. So she come to the house. They was living on the south side or something, right? So the two dudes, they wasn't even in their motherfucking area they supposed to patrol. These motherfuckers is in the house doing who knows what. So the bitch obviously had a key. She come in that motherfucker. I think she caught them doing something that wasn't right. You know what I'm saying? Some fruitable shit. So she come in. They whack her. They whack the bitch. You know what I'm saying? Either I think she caught them in a compromising position. You know what I'm saying? Spread eagle or some faggot shit. So they rushed her to the hospital, right? They talking about we got the police shot. We need the hospital to be ready for her. This the fucked up part about it. When the chief gave the motherfucking press conference, he said they was playing Russian roulette and she accidentally got shot. I ain't heard nothing else about this shit in 2 years. What y'all think? That's some fucked up shit, ain't it? Boy, the police here, they do some shit and sweep that shit under the rug so fast. Like a couple years ago, the police was killing at least 4 motherfuckers a month. Whacking motherfuckers. You know how many that add up in a year? Count that. That's a whole lot, ain't it? And I haven't heard from this shit since. And not in the paper, nothing. They don't even mention the shit in the news. Playing Russian roulette. And then one of them said they ran out the house. And here go the kicker right here. The bitch is married to another police. See, the chief of police right now, my uncle, he used to be a police. They used to study together and shit. I'm gonna tell y'all this one right here, and then I'm through. So he become a police. My uncle do, right? So I'm at the spot. I call a cab. I hop in the cab. You know what I'm saying? Well, I'm gonna just say it like this. It was our spot. We used to, do our thing out of. That morning when I went, these motherfuckers it was a white piece of paper on the fence with skull and crossbones. It said dope house. I ripped that shit down and said, I'm going up in this motherfucker, you know what I'm saying? So I go up in that motherfucker. We get the boom. I had my partner, old head named Tag, working the door. I don't know. Oh, I don't do no word yet. This nigga in California in Tit City. That's another story I'll tell y'all though. So I heard him. Somebody said the police. So motherfucker's trying to close the door. He stuck his nightstick in there. So motherfucker got a pot and banged that motherfucker, banged the nightstick out the door holding, because it was just cracked about this much. So motherfucker got a pot and banged his nightstick out of there. And then he on the back porch, open this door or I'm kick it in. We get a warrant, bitch. You know what I'm saying? All that shit. So we playing the game, doing our thing and shit. So Next thing I know, motherfuckers is cutting out and shit. I said, I ain't finna run. I ain't finna run home. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna catch a cab. I had like about $5,000 worth of food stamps on me, and like about a rack in money, and I had other illicit shit. So I'm in the cab. They flagged the cab, pulled me out and shit. I got 37 warrants for tickets. So they take me to the station. I used to always put my head down and hide in the holding tank because I ain't want my uncle to know that I was dirty and jammed, right? So this particular time, he came from back there where they desks and shit at, and he read the slip who going to the jail downtown or whatever. So he said, Anthony King, he in there in the holding cell. They like, yeah. So he like, bring him here. So they like, he like, ain't saying nothing to me. He talking to them, two Yankees. He like, what'd he do? They said, nothing. He just got 37 warrants and a whole lot of food stamps and back then it used to be the book that came to your house or whatever. We used to wait on people's porch and steal their books and stamps and shit, all that good shit. So he asked my uncle, they like, Jones, what want us to do? Want us to cut him loose? He looked at me and said, nah, take him on down there. It's Thursday night. I missed the docket for Friday, and Monday was a holiday. That's damn near a week in that motherfucker. So I wouldn't speak to him for a minute. So one day I just asked him, I said, man, why you, when they asked you to cut me loose, you didn't? He said, because I would have owed it them in another way. I could have seen them fuck somebody else up, put drugs on them. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to see they nephews and sons and shit in the city. Them motherfuckers way out some motherfucking word. And I ain't finna let them do something to somebody that you know what I'm saying? Especially my color. You know what I'm saying? So I looked, I'm like, I understood that. I'm like, but I'm still thinking in my head, but fuck that. Why you didn't tell me to cut me loose? So that's the type of nigga my uncle is. So I hope y'all enjoy yourself. I got some gangster stories, some passionate, good stories. It's just gonna be about my life, and then I'm gonna bring a guy, one of the guys or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Bring one of the guys. When I they involved with the story. See, I ain't used to it, so that's why I'm a little jittery. I get used to this shit. This shit ain't nothing. So real niggas back in style. Redder since '89. Out.